Sadako and the Thousand Pepper Crew. Chapter 4. A Secret No Longer. For several weeks it seemed that the pleasure and good luck symbols had done their work well. Sadako felt strong and healthy as she ran longer and faster, but all that ended one clear cold winter day in February. Sadako was running in the school yard. Suddenly, every summit to ride around here, and she sank to the ground on the ditches rushed over to help. I was in just tired, Sadako said in a weak voice when she tried to stand up. Her legs got wobbly and she fell down again. The teacher sent message home to tell Mr. Sasaki he left his barbershop and took Sadako to the Red Cross hospital. As they entered the building, Sadako felt a pang of fear. Part of this hospital was especially for those with the atom bomb sickness. In a few minutes, Sadako was in an exam room where a nurse x-rayed her chest and took some of the blood. Dr. Numata topped her back and asked a lot of questions. The other doctor came in to look at Sadako. One of them shook his head and gently stroked her hair. Below, the rest of Sadako's family was at the hospital. Her parents were in the doctor's office. Sadako called her at the more of her both. Once her mother cried, leukemia, but that impossible. At the sound of the freight word, Sadako put her hands over her ears. She didn't want to hear anymore. Of course, she didn't have leukemia. The atom bomb hadn't even scratched her. Nurse Yusanaga looked Sadako to on feet on the hospital room and gave her a king of cotton kimono to wear. Sadako had just climbed into the bed when her family came in. Mr. Sasaki put her arms around Sadako. You must stay here for a little while, she said, trying to soothe her, but I come every evening and will visit you after school, my hero promised. Mutsu and Fiji nodded their eyes with and scarlet. Do I really have the atom bomb disease? Sadako asked her father. There was a troubled look in Mr. Sasaki's eyes, but only said, the doctor wants to make some tests. He paused. That may keep you here for a few weeks. A few weeks to Sadako it sounded like years. She all missed graduation into junior high school, and even worse, she would not be part of the racing team. Sadako slowed hard and tried not to cry. Mr. Sasaki fused over Sadako. She plumped the pillows and smoothed the bedspread. Mr. Sasaki cleaned his throat. Is there anything you want? He asked. Sadako shook her head. All she really wanted was to go home. But when a cold lump of fear grew in her stomach, she had heard that many people who went into the hospital never come out. Later, nurse Yusanaga said on other always so Sadako could rest. When she was alone, Sadako buried her face in the pillow and cried. For a long time, she had never before felt so lonely and miserable. Sadako and the Thousand Pepper Crews. Chapter 4. A Secret No Longer. For several weeks, it seemed that the players and good luck symbols had done their work well. Sadako felt strong and healthy as she ran longer and faster. But that ended on crisp cold winter that in February Sadako was running in the schoolyard. Suddenly everything seemed to turn around her and she sank to the ground. One of the teachers rushes over to help. "I guess I am just tired," Sadako said in a weak voice. When she tried to stand up, her legs went wobbly and she fell down again. The teacher sent Mitsui home to tell Mr. Sasaki. He left his barber shop and took Sadako to the Red Cross hospital. As they entered the building, Sadako felt a pang of fear. Part of this hospital was especially for those with the atom bomb sickness. In a few minutes, Sadako was in an examining room where a nurse x-rayed her chest and took some of her blood. Dr. Numatapa taped her back and asked a lot of questions. 3 other doctors came in to look at Sadako. One of them shook his head and gently stroked her ear. By now, the rest of Sadako's family was at the hospital. Her parents were in the doctor's office. Sadako could hear the murmur of their voices, and her mother cried, "Leukemia, but that's impossible." At the sound of that frantic word, Sadako put her hands over her ears. She didn't want to hear anymore. Of course, she didn't have leukemia with the atom bombs hadn't even scratched her. Nurse Yosanaga took Sadako to one of the hospital rooms and gave her a kind of cotton kimono to wear. Sadako had just climbed into bed when her family came in. Mr. Sasaki put her arms around Sadako. "You must stay here for a little while," she said, trying to sound cheerful, "but I'll come every night. I will visit you after school, my hero promised." And Mitsui and Fiji nodded, their eyes wide and scared. "Do I really have the atom bomb? This is," Sadako asked her father. There was a troubled look in Mr. Sasaki's eyes, but he only said, "The doctor wants to make some tests, that's all." He paused, then he added, "They may keep you here for a few weeks." A few weeks? To Sadako it sounded like years. She would miss graduation into junior high school, and even worse, she would not be part of the racing team. Sadako swallowed hard and tried not to cry. Mr. Sasaki fused over Sadako. She plumped the pillows and smoothed to visit. Mr. Sasaki cleared his throat. Is there anything you want?" she asked. Sadako shook her head. All she really wanted was to come home. "But When a cold lump of fear grew in her stomach, she had heard that many people who went into this hospital never came out. Later nurse Yusanaga sent the other boys so that Sadako could rest. When she was alone, Sadako buried her face in the pillow and cried for a long time. She had never before felt so lonely and miserable.